Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. N64 week on Classic Game Room continues with something pro wrestling, something brave spirits on Nintendo 64, released in 1998. I thought it would be fun to cover some of the lesser known titles. I mean, everyone's heard of Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Donkey Kong 64, but how many of you have played this one? A Japanese pro wrestling game. I had no idea this kind of wrestling existed anywhere outside the United States. I thought it was one of those uniquely American things the rest of the world made fun of, like country music and the fact that we put bacon on top of everything. So, before I get started, let me clarify. Don't knock it before you try it. Everything is better with bacon. Everything, even more bacon. So, Mark, is this game good? Is it worth getting? You know, I have no idea. Not a clue. Sometimes I have to admit defeat. I'm going to take up 5 minutes of your life and say nothing. Because I don't know a damn thing about wrestling and I couldn't figure out how to play this game. So it could be the best wrestling game ever created in the history of ever, or the worst. I don't have a clue. It looks like this and plays like that. There you go. I kind of like that guy, something Thunder Liger, who looks like Ultraman. And you know Ultraman is legit. I wish he was actually in this game. In fact, I just wish this was an Ultraman game. Why isn't this an Ultraman game? Like, Ultraman wouldn't waste his time trying to rip this guy's leg off. He would just use a finishing move and vaporize him, and then go beat up some rubber monster, because Ultraman is awesome. Ah, look at that move. That hurt. That's a trip to the chiropractor right there. So I'm fighting some guy in a cat mask as like a fake Ultraman. Or you can play as that guy who looks crazy. Where's Rowdy Piper when you need him? Why isn't Rowdy Piper in this game? And why isn't there a game based off of the movie They Live, starring Rowdy Piper? Wasn't that about the greatest movie ever made? One of them. His performance was incredible, by the way. Anyway, back to this game. 1 or 2 player gameplay, there's tag team, and there's a tournament mode that you can enjoy if you enjoy these kinds of games and would like to tackle the language barrier. Frankly, I'd rather be playing Virtua Fighter. Aha, that's what he's doing when he's not inventing Metal Gear Solid. Wait, no. I'm sorry, that's a totally different guy. I do have a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send all the way to Chicago, Illinois, to Al once again. Thank you for sending something pro wrestling, something Burning Rangers. Other than this and Rumble Roses, I think the only other wrestling game I've ever played is that one on the NES. That was fun. I forget the name of it. I remember that being pretty good, actually. And as far as this one goes, you know, I just can't tell. I'm not sure. I'm not just being sarcastic. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is good or not. So hopefully you can tell from the gameplay whether or not you'd like to try to play Shin Megami Tensei Wrestling 7. So thanks again to Al from Chicago. I think I've made my point, and that is, if you're not into wrestling and you don't speak Japanese, pass on this one. And I was going to say all the music in this game is terrible as well, except when you lose, because then it gets pretty good.